Well, we mowed yesterday and I'm back. I'll try to get some work done on the seats and or the deck. Try to finish work on it. Oh, smells like wood. Brick. Let there be light. And there was light. Morning, Mom and Dad. Open this up. I'm gonna get everything opened up. Turn you back on in just a minute. I need to do a couple things. Yeah, I just put my water, brought the stuff in from the car, opened up the bathrooms. Now I'm gonna go ahead and open up the screen doors. And we'll review what I'm planning on doing. Next week I got a lot of appointments, so I'm not sure we'll be able to get down here. So I was wanting to get down here and start work on the finishing touches. I need to remember too, if I come across some fresh mole mounds, to poison them. What I want to do is remove the top boards from the seats. Those are going to be replaced with the pieces I have. Once I remove the seat tops here, I need to replace that 2x6 frame piece. You can see where the woodpeckers have gotten to it because well, I need to replace that one over there too. Once even though it's treated lumber, the carpenter bees made nest in there, and then the woodpeckers come along and open up the nest and get the larvae out. So I need to get that taken off on these two. Eventually, my wife is going to find we're going to find some paint that matches, and hopefully paint the sides so that that and the uprights, so that it better matches. So I need to get some tools out, my drills, bits, and get to taking the seat tops off. Let's hope I can get them all out that easy. screws in these, but they did stay flat for 22 years. With the Ultra Deck, I think I'll alternate. So I'll put just one stainless steel screw in each spot and alternate between outside on one and then inside on the next. See how that works out. Seems the screws I drove under the surface, the tops of them have all rotted off. Big fry bar. I'll get me a drink. I need to open up the shed. Needed my big pry bar. Now I'm going to get a drink. I also brought the saw with me to cut the boards into manageable length. Means the frame's still in good condition the way they're holding. Get my buster. I need to get that pallet buster. There we go. We'll see how this works. I tell you, walking, picking up a little breeze coming off the lake, and that feels nice. And it feels mostly dry. I don't want to yank them out with the crowbar. I don't want to damage the wood any more than it's already damaged, so I'm going to get the saw off the extra screws. Now I'm sweating. I'm going to take a break and bring a broom back with me, clean that off before I'll bring the sawzall too and probably cut off all those screws that are left in the board. Okay, I've got the seat boards off. For the most part, the wood's in pretty good shape. That one is a little rough. The top of that one came off, and I've got some ring shank nails. I'll fasten it back down. This one came up, and then this one, the nails on the outside must not have held. But what I'm going to do right now is take the sawzall and cut all these screws that didn't come up. On the pier, we tried using the big crowbar, and all you're doing is tearing up the wood a little bit, like what happened over here. The wood's in pretty good shape, so what I want to do is just cut off the screws and then clean everything, and then we'll make some repairs, and then I'll get working on this end board to get the woodpecker damage out. Start out in the sun and work my way back to the shade. Well, 5 is better than nothing. 4. Blades. Get new blades for us, set the wood on fire. Oh, a little more expensive blade than these cheap ones I've got here. Got some Lennox blades. I think they're better than the cheap ones I bought. do with these. Take my bit out, open up my chuck. So it's big enough to go around the screw. Place it down around the head and dry backing it out. There we go. Yes, I could have done this with all these, but it's a little more time consuming than the Sawzall. All the screws on that one rusted out. See if I can knock it back up. Hex bit and some 3-inch hex screws to repair that. Okay, I've fastened down the two pieces that came off. This is one, the top, and can't even tell. So I had another piece here. Here it is. The top came off and I used ring shank nails to fasten it down. Now I've got this piece that came off completely. So I need to, I've got some 3.5-inch hex screws, deck screws, that I'm going to put it back on with. And then I'll have everything but to start working on this piece that has all the damage on it. So I'm going to use the existing holes. Piece of wood is good. Well, the only trouble with that is those screws didn't come out, they broke off. So I guess I will offset them slightly. And I want to level this out. Push it over to this way for right now. Go. And we'll put one in the other side. Obviously the end of a screw must be there also. There we go. Make sure we'll get my square before I put my next one in. Make sure I got that squared up. Now I can put the rest of them in. That's just about all I had was one more screw in it. Well, need to change bits back out, put some of this stuff away, and take off this board here. One more thing before I start on that woodpecker destroyed board. This is all up here at the end where I'm on the ground and I've got posts down in the ground. You can see it's fairly square. Gets down there to the end, and that is really leaning. I know that that corner is leaning, and I think that's all due to this, to the flood we had in 2007. It picked that corner up, and I'm sure it picked some of this up too, but when it set it back down, didn't set it back down quite level. The anchors came out a little bit, and the anchors didn't go back as far as they should have. But it wasn't that noticeable with the boards on there, but it is now. But I'm just gonna put seats back on it. I'm not gonna try to repair the angle. Back something hurts all over the chair out. Change out the battery. And I'm going to take a break. Two little holes in the back where the carpenter bees made their nest, and then all of these, all of this from woodpeckers trying to get into their nest. Now to cut out a new piece and install it. First thing I'm going to do is haul all this old wood back there to the pile. Let's get that waste can and move it back. My measurement book. Again, I need to cut a new board for the frame, replace what woodpeckers destroyed. This is not quite square when you look at it. That is 56 3/4. I'm going to take it just a little bit more. .56 3/4. So now I need to cut this board. And then I've got some 3-inch screws that I'm going to use. First, I need to cut the board, measure it, and cut it. Nice knot holes. 6 3/4. Go get a couple of my clamps so I can have an extra set of hands to hold that in place. Outside in, and then put that in between. Need a toenail a couple in. Need to go back and find the board that I need. Okay, here's the dilemma. This is how it's going to look. But these boards are only 5 3/16 wide, where the old wooden boards were almost 5.5. So we end up needing to put a gap. It ended up being about 13/8 or 1 5/8 shorter or narrower than the others for 3 boards. So I'm going to have to put a gap of about, well, what I'm thinking about doing is just tacking down the outside boards, and then the inside board, I'll adjust it so that the gap stays about the same. Trouble is, this is not square, so you can see up there that there's a gap. So I'm going to have to, once I do that inboard, I'm going to have to cut the about 2 degrees, a little over 2 degrees off the end. I've done that here, so you can see that that is sitting flush up against that board. I'm thinking about just going ahead and cutting the angle, and then I'll come down here to the end, mark the end, and cut them. Just cut across them, cut the ends. I think that's the easiest way to do it and the best way to get the best look. I've just been sitting here trying to think of what else I could do, and that's the only thing I can think I can do. I think I'm going to go ahead and tack down that last board going east-west, then tack down this one since the angle's in, and then I'll cut the angle, the 2 degree angle on here, so that it lines up with that board, and then we'll cut the ends. That'll give us seats right here that are firmly in place. And then what I'll do is I'll cut the 2 degrees off the ends of each one of these, so that when they'll fit flush up against the end board. And then I'll go down to the end, and there's about 3 inches that I'll cut off of there. I think I'll leave about a 1/2 inch or 1 inch overlap, but I'll just mark it with a blue line and cut it. And I think that is what I'm going to do. Now it's 2:40 right now. I think I can get that done in the next hour. I don't want to stay too long, and that means that that bench stays like that for now. But I want to take my time on this and try to get it right, so I think that's what we're going to do. The big thing, well, the angle's not as bad. It doesn't bother me as much as the gap that we're going to have in the middle. That sort of disturbs me, but that it is what it is. Turn you back on when I start cutting and fastening. Okay, I squared that board off. Got one screw up there and one screw in this corner. I have taken and cut the end of this board off at an angle. You can see it matches pretty good. And that one still matches pretty good. So what I want to do is I want to fasten in this board on the end. That gives me my angles here. That angle looks good. I'll cut that board to angle, and that'll give us, I'll put this board in flush, and then we'll adjust the gap, moving that board back and forth, and then screw it in place. And I'll drop a blue line and cut across there. And then I'll cut these two boards with this angle, and I'm gonna screw this one down first, then I'll screw down the second one after I get these boards done, and then we'll adjust the gap with that center board, and then I'll be done for today. But Yeah, that's what we're going to do right now. Okay, I've got that cut off. I've got these all tacked down. I think the gap is pretty decent. I've got 1 inch beyond the frame marked. And what I need to do now is drop a blue line across there and cut them off. Here we go. Got a 1 inch overhang there now. Got bench here. Got the bench there. Needs a few more screws in it, but that can wait for another day. I am tired and sore, and I am gonna start cleaning up. Well, I've turned off the fans, locked the screen doors, locked that door. It's closed. Let there be darkness, and there is darkness. Got this door locked. All I need to do is pull it shut. I closed the bathrooms up, and I charged the pump back up to 50 pounds. Take a look at what we got accomplished today. I am dragging. See what time it is. It's about 4:20. The humidity did drop. Around noon I was sweating badly, but it kept dropping, and this afternoon it was not bad at all. Well, you can see I've got the tops on the big L seat. Haven't done anything with this one yet. I got the boards for it, but just didn't have the time. We replaced the one frame board that had all the woodpecker damage. Got that L completed. I still need to put some screws in. I need to buy some more screws. The bottom still needs some screws in it on the edge, the framing. I'm going to be pretty busy next week, so I don't think I'm going to be able to come back. But at least we got some seats done. Now the retiree's going to see, she's got a piece of the wood. She's going to see if she can't match the stain or the color to some paint. And then she's planning on painting the sides to match everything. I think I've got enough wood for the seats under me and for the steps in front. These steps may just get painted. I am one tired puppy. Oh, I know what I was wanting to do. I was wanting to poison the moles, but I am not opening back up the shed, even though it's not that big of a deal. I'm just tired. 4:30 and I want to get out of here. Closed up both sheds. Like I said, the doors are locked, and I'm getting out of here. Turned out to be a beautiful day. Sunny skies, blue skies. Started making a pile again, and Till the next time, everyone, take care of yourself and stay safe.